So here we are walking around the top of Katherine Gorge. That's where we are today. I don't know how stable this is going to be, but we'll give it a shot. It's on my good side, so you can't see my tooth falling out. That's even better. What a magic day. So we're going to go and do this loop walk, and then we booked in for a cruise this afternoon, so we'll do this, have a bit of lunch, and then sit on the boat and enjoy the rest of the day. The views from the top of the gorge are absolutely stunning. How Nitmiluk got its name. It's all about Nabil and his journey to Nitmiluk back in the Dreamtime. The country that Nabil travelled was very dry, and so in the dilly bag he carried 5 sticks and water. Nabil began his journey from the west at Wadi, Port Keats. He travelled through Katherine to the blue-tongued dreaming place of Unguri. Thirsty birds tried to catch Nabil to get his water. Lumbuk, the pigeon, Wak-Wak, the crow, and Greekin, the brown hawk, all tried but failed, as Nabil was too clever for them. When he travelled to the gorge, he decided to camp, and after hearing the song of the cicada, Nit Nit Nidik, he called the place Nitmiluk. This place is absolutely amazing. When you consider the volume of water that would come down through here in the wet season, you can see how high it's been by the marks on the gorge walls. Here's one little freshie out enjoying the sun. So today we take a run up to Edith Falls. We've been told this place gets very, very crowded, so we've snuck away nice and early and taken some lunch with us. After a brisk walk to the upper pool, we are greeted by this amazing waterway. Just the ticket to cool down. Well, today we're going to head back down the highway to the Kutta Caves and have a look around down there. And then this afternoon we've got tickets for Tom Curtin's Outback experience. Now, we've heard quite a bit about this, so we're really looking forward to it. But first things first, it's off to the cave as we make our way into the bowels of the earth. We followed the walking track back to the car, which has interesting information boards along the way.
Okay, so these are only just started working cattle, so that's why they're so enthusiastic. Okay. Big dog. Big dog. And so if I want to, big dog, they're working here, so I put pressure on till you get up. Good. And have we got some young ones there too? We got some young dogs there? Good work. What's this fella? Oh, this is called Polar. Lucy up. Good dog. So a little Polar here. Here's a little yellow border collie. Okay, he's by Snow. Good dog, Polar. Very young dog. We train the dogs on the goats first to build up the confidence. So they're going to kick under. Because the lady came to the show and said, Tom, that'd be really cool if you could teach your horse to roll out your swag. When I was a little girl, my dad used to do it. And I said, oh, we'll give it a crack. Sometimes he does it, sometimes he just runs amok. I put pressure on him. Just please roll out the swag. Please roll it out, mate. You've got to roll it out, mate. Then he can lie down. Please roll. Please roll out the swag.
He's thinking about it. Shaky.
Please roll out in the swag.
Not up, legend, out. Wrong way, buddy. Wrong way.
Now, can you please roll it out? Close. Bit more. Bit more. Now you talk. Now, can you please roll out? Lie down, please. I'm trying to get him on the swag.
Well, these horses get to have a lay down. It's only fair I get to too, right? And the added bonus, as Tom mentioned, is that Legend here loves to snore. And when he snores, his neck vibrates, so it's like a neck massage for me.
But we've got a couple of CDs over here. They're usually $25, but because I think we're going to have an awesome sunset this afternoon, they're on special for $24.95. Hey, dude. Good, yep. Good job. Good job. Good job, Lee.
Thanks, Tom and Annabelle. What a fantastic way to spend the afternoon. And guys, if ever you're up this way, make sure you check it out. Pine Creek is essentially a gold mining town which stumbled into existence when the teams building the Overland Telegraph Line in 1870 dug up some gold while digging holes for posts. Since 1870 it has had a variety of gold rushes, with at one time over 2,000 Chinese miners working in the area and over 15 mines all being dug in the hope of finding gold. Today it is a remnant of its past time. A quiet community where tourism, particularly those interested in the Northern Railway and mining relics.
Rebuilt a couple of times, John.
We dropped the camper off at Douglas Hot Springs and then it was off to investigate Butterfly Gorge. What a pleasant little drive this was. A few little easy water crossings. Just a magnificent country. Okay, so you know there's an easy way and a hard way. Bloody guess which way we went. But some great views. And the best part was we had this piece of paradise all to ourselves. So here's me trying to find an easy way home. Yep, got it. Back at camp, and these little rufous-throated honeyeaters decided to join us. What's that? Some feral pigs on the side of the road, a whole family of them. Today we're off to check out that Daly River area. A bloke known as James Parry took up blocks on the banks of the Daly River in mid-1914. He successfully raised crops that included maize and later peanuts. The huge mango trees that are an important part of the farm today were planted by Parry in around 1915. Yeah. Amazing, all the places we go and visit, and the last thing standing is the fireplaces. It was October 1886 when the Doucet missionaries established this mission called the Queen of the Holy Rosary, or Anya, as the Aboriginal people dubbed it. Some staff and a number of Aborigines moved to this site in an effort to isolate the Aboriginal people from the excesses of the white population on their culture. Despite considerable hardships, the site was developed to include a church, school, store, extensive gardens and stockyards. Though initially successful in schooling local children and allowing Aboriginal families to tend to their plots, only 2 of the original 30 families were left by late 1887. A crop failure, reoccurring malaria and an influenza epidemic in 1888 saw 3 missionaries arrive here. They recommended the relocation of the mission, a move supported by the Aborigines, and the station closed and was relocated to Serpentine Lagoon in September 1889. We'll be able to see them, look at all the butterflies. could only imagine the hustle and the bustle when the barra season's on. Boats, clanging people. It's just amazing to see this place as it is now and try and picture it, what it would be like at the peak of the season. Common sense. Common sense. In 1922, Parry was able to export 200 bags of peanuts to Perth, and the following year produced 4.5 tonnes. But like most things, they have a lifespan, and this was no different. By 1924, Parry and his partner were battling financial and environmental difficulties. The Reynolds Track is a four-wheel drive track located in the southern section of the Litchfield National Park. The track is 44 kilometres long and provides the opportunity to visit Surprise Creek Falls, Tainera Falls or Sandy Creek Falls and the Blythe Homestead. After we got some information from the caretaker at the mango farm, we decided to take the Reynolds Track north. He said that we would encounter some water crossings, but nothing that would worry us. The signage at the start indicated that the track was open, but caravans were not permitted. Given what we were told at the farm, onward we went. We had initially planned to stay at the Surprise Creek campground, but this was closed as they were totally rebuilding the amenities. So we continued on to Sandy Creek. This crossing disappeared over the bank, so we decided to walk it first. Well, hands up everyone that's done this. Well, this is what happens when you turn the camera on when it is already on. Oh well, at least we've got some outside footage. This road also has an amazing magnetic termite field that lasts for many kilometres. The magnetic termite mounds of far northern Australia are imposing and spectacular, and offer an eerie cemetery type landscape. But what is intriguing to observers is how these tall, thin mounds tend to align in a north to south direction. Termites are found on all continents, but magnetic mounds are natural wonders of the tropical Australian landscape. We better get out and check this one out. When we arrived at this crossing, there were a couple of choices of tracks. To the right took you up onto a type of island with a firm base. The other was quite deep and had a couple of soft spots in it. So we had our plan.
No Crocs.
I was freaking out like,
The first part was fine, onto the island, then it was just a matter of manoeuvring around a couple of the trees, then through the deepest part and up out through the exit. Then it was into camp, set up and off to check out the swimming hole. What a great way to finish off the day. Bloody magnificent. And this was just the start of the Litchfield National Park. In the next episode of Expedition 2018, I get a hydromassage. We go wading in creeks. We explore more canyons and waterholes. We find a lost city, a plane wreck, and does Liz catch a fish?